I'm running a luxury powerboat charter business in Nymington in Hampshire. So we take people out. It could be a corporate event, could be team building, staff incentive, team get together, a client thank you, any special celebration. We take them out from Lymington, show them all the beautiful sights that this coastline has to offer around here, the Needles, on the end of the Isle of Wight, Henry VIII's Hurst Castle, all that type of thing. We've got fantastic seaside restaurants here. Some people come out to watch yacht racing, powerboat racing, or just connect with nature and look at some seals in a nature reserve. We're blessed with, I think this is the best place to keep a boat in the UK. We're making the most of it. I've always wanted a boat business ever since I was a child, and finally, since last year, I've got one.
Fantastic.
Which is this boat we're obviously seeing behind me.
What? I got a couple of questions for you. Most of our audience are CEOs and business owners. And what business assumption did you once hold firmly about this business that you've completely reversed your position on?
That it would be easy. Boating generally is fun and always has been in a leisure sense. So let's just start doing this for fun, because the foundation, the idea behind the business was to do what we do for fun, but make a business out of it, because we love taking people out and showing them the sights, take them out on the water. So let's do this and get paid for it. There's other people doing it. But like everything in life or every business, it's harder than it looks. The training, the qualifications, the safety standards that the boat has to meet it took me years to go through all of that. So that was difficult to reach a point where we were legal and not doing this for backhanders. Not that we were, obviously. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. But now we're here. I appreciate it. You know, the saying of the harder it is to do something, the more you value it. Well, that's definitely the case.
So far, what decision has proved the most pivotal in your journey, in your business journey?
Well, it was the decision to buy the boat that we bought. I think most charter businesses, well, all charter businesses in this country, they either use a RIB, a rigid inflatable boat, which has just got jockey seats down the middle, and the inflatable tubes are below your knees, so you're sitting on top of the boat pretty much. You're open to the elements, or you pay 3 or 4 times the amount and use a big motorboat, which are generally white. Big white motorboats that you stand inside or you stand behind the superstructure and you look out the sides and the back. Whereas our boat is completely different. We like to think it is the sleekest charter boat in the UK. It's completely inappropriate for the UK in some respects because it's Mediterranean style. But it gets attention. And my business career pretty much is all about getting attention. So it had to carry on with the boat that we chose for the business. So having a boat that drew attention, made people come up to you and talk to you when, everywhere we go, people come and talk to us about the boat. Or, because we've been getting about a bit in the last few years, people know us. So it's great. Most of the other boats that charter, I would say, blend in because they all look the same. We didn't want to do that. We wanted something that stood out immediately. So I don't know why all the boat manufacturers seem to make boats in white, because they all look the same. I know that the main intention when you buy a boat obviously isn't for it to stand out, because most people are buying them for leisure. But in a business, we wanted... it depends on the type of boat as well. Certain boats are screaming to stand out. You don't have a Lamborghini in midnight blue. They're yellow, they're green.
So what specific systems have you implemented to ensure that your interests actually translate into business results?
Say it's the use of video. So I'm big into video editing. I used to do that with my marketing business. I just love editing videos. I used to be into dance music production, and now I'm not. Video creation fills the gap and replaces it. So we do a lot of video and we go out and film a lot of stuff, and I just love the whole concept of video. And because we've got a boat that needs to be seen, it's easy to make videos. For me, it's easy to make videos about the boat. And we want to try and bring ourselves into the videos more, I'd say, and not just talk about the boat, because having a skipper and a hostess, Terry, my partner that works on the boat with me, having a skipper and a hostess is an important part to the whole charter experience. So, yeah. We make a lot of videos.
You mentioned content. I love to talk about content. I know you're good at it, and I know your music really stands out. So I may well, and you may well have already answered this question, but how does your content marketing, how do you determine your content marketing is going to stand out in what can only be described as an increasingly crowded market?
It is increasingly crowded, and I'll be honest, it's impossible to know what's right and what's wrong these days because everything is moving so fast. I see videos that have a few hundred likes and I think they're fantastic, and I see other videos that are complete rubbish that get tens of thousands of likes. So what is the right video for the right audience is really difficult to know, and what might be right on LinkedIn might be completely wrong for YouTube, and vice versa on Facebook or Instagram. We seem to have very short attention spans these days, and it annoys me when I hear people say, if you haven't got their attention in 5 seconds, they're not going to watch, which is probably true. But if they're the right audience, then they will watch. It's really hard to know. All you can do, I think, is make content that you enjoy making so that it's not a chore. If you hate making it, then you're not going to make it. It's better to produce stuff that you like, and I think then you'll attract the right audience over time, but you need to keep on doing it consistently, which is a message we've all heard for years. But just have a system that you can implement. If the editing process is too hard or too long or too expensive, it's going to put you off. So it's got to be quick and easy, but it's got to represent your brand as well. You can't have low quality videos with a high quality product. Things like sound, on a video, it's half the video is what you hear. So yes, you can use a phone, but if you're more than 3 or 4 feet away from the phone, the sound is appalling. So we don't want to get into the ins and outs of video editing, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's what you've learned. I mean, that's important. Let's switch tack a bit to monetization now. What revenue stream has surprised you by performing differently to that which you'd expected, better or worse?
Most things perform worse than I expect because I go in with great expectations, expecting things to work. I'd say sharing videos on WhatsApp and asking people trying to make it easy. Can you just share this with a few people? That hasn't proved as successful as I thought. People either can't be bothered, or if they do, I don't know, it just didn't produce the results that we thought. I thought if I send this to somebody, they'll send this to the 3 people most likely to book a charter. And if I do that 50 times, that'll be to 150 people and so on. So that didn't work as well as I thought, but maybe I just hadn't done enough of it. The same with organic Facebook posts and things. But again, it could be because we're a relatively new business and this stuff needs to be around for longer. But one thing that has been successful that I didn't think would be is there's a restaurant on the Isle of Wight called The Hut, and you arrive by boat and they take you ashore. It's a big thing where we live. People love to go there. Celebrities sometimes turn up there. It's not cheap. It's very unique. And we finally got onto their website as an approved supplier. And a friend of mine said, "That's great. You'll get loads of work from that." I said, "No, I won't. There's loads of other charter companies on there. We probably won't get anything. We might get a couple this year." Not always optimistic. Anyway, the first week we had 5 or 6 calls. I was like, wow, that's impressive. So that worked well, but it took a while to get onto their website. But there's the best way I'm finding at the moment is just forging new relationships with people that run events, event planners, because it's just going back to basics, calling people, having a conversation. I did it earlier today. I had a conversation. I like working with local people. She liked working with local people. We know the same people. The trust factor's there. And we invite them down to come out and try the boat for themselves so they know what they're talking about and what they're recommending to their clients. Somebody once said the quickest way to grow a business is through other people's client lists. So we can work with more established event companies. That's going to be a lot easier than trying to find our own clients, which we are doing as well. But that's proving a very good source of business, is working with event companies.
So that leads to something really interesting, which is about, what is it that you give away for free? Because just about every business gives something away for free. And you've just explained that if the partnership looks right, you'll invite people down and give them a tryout to experience the product.
Exactly. Yeah. If it's a partnership, an ongoing long-term relationship type of arrangement, we will. It's not an effort. It's not a chore at all to show people the boat. We love doing that. So come on down, have some champagne, come out for an hour or two and see what it's all about and experience the boat, see that it's different, feel what it's like to ride in the boat, that it's safe, that it's steady. It's not jumping off waves and slamming down. It's not smelly. It's not noisy. It's comfortable. You feel safe. Oh, the seats are lovely, aren't they? The sound system's great. Cold champagne out of the fridge. Oh, you've got a toilet. All these things help people to recommend it onto their clients. Whereas if you'd called me and said, oh, Tim, I want to bring some mates down for a jolly over to the Isle of Wight, then I wouldn't say, yeah, come and try it for yourself first, because that's just a one-off thing. We couldn't be doing that all the time. So that's how we decide what we give away freely or not, depending, is it a one-off trip? No, you don't get a free, I mean, obviously come and have a look if we're around, if you want to, no one's ever asked. But if it's an ongoing introducer, referral, partnership type relationship, then we insist really that they come and try it for themselves.
So I think what you're telling me, Tim, is a lot of what is really important to your business is the company that you keep, the partnerships that you develop. Is there any unconventional approach you think you've taken to build that community out that's evolved?
Yes, and it all came about by accident, really. I love powerboat racing, offshore powerboat racing, and I've been going out to watch. And we started going out to watch recently, I'd say halfway through 2023. Naturally, pick our phones up and film these things passing. Again, naturally, well, I might as well make a video out of this. And it's reached a point now where we're the official media boat for the UK Offshore Powerboat Racing Association and the British Powerboat Racing Club at all of the major offshore powerboat racing events in the UK. So what that means is that we've built a community of people that love to watch fast, loud boats on the water. We started putting these videos on YouTube, and at the end of the year, we had 65,000 views, which was through about 5 videos, which was the biggest amount of views I'd ever had on any type of video I'd ever made. So it's like, okay, this is good. And naturally, through the friendships that we've made and the associations that we've made with these powerboat teams and everyone associated with the sport, there's a whole community there. And the spectators that come along and watch, a lot of them have got boats. So that's the thing where a lot of, we can be driving into cows and a boat be coming out of cows and they'll wave, and then we'll end up shouting at each other and they'll say, yeah, we watch your videos, which is beginning to happen, which is great. So that's been so successful that we're now thinking, let's take this more seriously. We've actually got something here. We could start making commercial marine videos, be a marine video production company. So we're currently in the process of buying new equipment so we can do cinema level standard videography, proper sound, really good sound, and all sorts. We've done some behind-the-scenes documentaries where powerboat teams live and meeting the teams and walking around, and the challenge is getting the sound right when there's 4 or 5 people talking, and we haven't got 4 or 5 mics. So Attitude Charter was where it started. Now we've got Attitude Media, which excites me in some ways more because it's video, it's music, it's powerboats. What more could you want, really, apart from the weather? Plus, so we've got the boat, which is solid. It's a stable filming platform, and now we just need some really high class, high quality equipment, and we'll be making fantastic videos. The thing is, no one is making the type of videos that we make. The only powerboat videos that you see on YouTube were people just going out and holding their phone up on their yacht as a powerboat goes past. But we have been properly editing videos and showing behind the scenes, talking to the crews and everything like that. And we're finding our way with it and just trying to build something that is really worth watching and entertaining and takes you with us on a powerboat weekend and like what actually happens on a weekend where everyone gets together from all around the country. Some teams come from abroad and race these incredible machines that some are over 2,000 horsepower. They go over 120 miles an hour. And it's just like nothing else. Just love it. Absolutely love it.
On that note, on that bombshell, on that explosive bolt, to take this moment to say thank you very much. And I look forward to continuing our conversations and to tuning in at some point in a few months' time and hearing more about your progress.
Great. Thank you very much, David.